What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 54 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we've got a huge game against Manchester United and then against Tottenham. We're playing all the big boys around us at the moment, it feels like, and whilst there's not been too much going on since you were last here, I felt like we had to come back for the games today. Of course, if you did miss yesterday's video for whatever reason, it was a huge game against Chelsea, and for the first 20 minutes or so of that episode, we did a bit of a deep dive into the first team. I talked about all the different players in the team, how they kind of all fit into the bigger picture here at Nottingham Forest, and I feel like if you're someone who's been dropping in and out of the series a little bit, maybe you feel a little bit detached from the squad as a whole, it's a pretty good video to catch you back up to exactly how things stand right now. Anyway, I thought we'd start off this episode by acknowledging something that I did spot a few episodes ago, but I didn't want to acknowledge. It's the fact that I'm an icon and Erk is considered a club legend. Yeah, how's he pulled this one off? For a player who was complaining about wanting to leave repeatedly, didn't want to sign a new contract for a year, whilst we have papered over those cracks, make no mistake, this man wanted to leave the club for ages, and yet the fans absolutely adore him. Of course, he had a fantastic year last year. I'm going to be honest, he's having a good year this year, his numbers are superb, but no player of the match as yet. Erk, you've peaked, son. I'm saying that like I'm really bitter, aren't I? You can see here, we are under the icons category, fairly high up. Hopefully we'll be a legend in no time. And elsewhere, Piotr and Adrian Smith also listed down as favoured personnel. Anyway, since you were last here, we've only played one game. It was the penultimate game of the Champions League group stage against Ghent. We won it 4-0 with a rotated 11. Good to see Gibbons, Boyer, Van Dijk and Smith with the goals. A real variety. Smith in this game got 3 assists and a goal to his name. He got a 10.0, everyone. A pretty flawless performance by the centre mid. And he's doing pretty well. He's also recently got his first ever goal for England. So double the reason for celebration as far as Smith is concerned. And as has been the case with the Champions League this year, I've felt like I've been able to play the rotated 11, and for the most part, they've done a blooming good job. You can see here, Hamada on an 8.6. I'll tell you what, Toby, watch out, mate, because, well, our assistant thinks that Ahmed's better than him, but also, I'm beginning to think that maybe he could be better than Toby. Is that a controversial take? I don't think it is. I feel like I've had this debate for a long time about who's better, but we are approaching a point where, I don't know, neither's really improved a lot as of late, and I feel like I've got to make a decision. At the moment, though, you can see here, Hamada's made 8 appearances, Toby's made slightly more than that, but the two have been splitting the minutes fairly evenly. I do look at that average rating and wonder, though, although I guess in Ahmad's case, he is playing against weaker opposition. But anyway, as I said, today we are going to do games against Manchester United and against Tottenham. You might think, Jack, why are you not going to do the game against Liverpool? Look, Liverpool are rubbish in this save game, everyone. They're currently in 11th. They finished 13th the previous couple of years. They are in a bit of a pickle and a bit of a mess, despite having a very good team, might I add. They've got players like Cal Jorge up top for them. They've also got, you can see here, Rafael playing up front for them. I suppose the issue is that these guys are really good at the start of a Football Manager save, and 5 years into a Football Manager save game, now they're both in their early 30s. Maybe they're not actually quite as good as I want to believe they are. But yeah, sorry Liverpool, as much as I love you as a Liverpool fan, you're just not that interesting to us. So anyway, we're going to dive straight into things today, not too much dilly-dallying around going on. In terms of team news, Ricketts is still coming back from his long-term injury, but besides that, we've had a few players out resting, but we are at pretty much full strength, which is really great to see. And in terms of the team selection for today's game, we're going to go with this. You will notice Ramirez. Yeah, I've decided that he is better than Miguel Antonio. It's nothing personal, but at 20 years old, the bags of potential he's got, the level of growth he's shown as well, I feel like he just deserves to start for us. I don't think that's even a hot take either. Hopefully, he's going to live up to expectations today. Of course, Manchester United currently sits second in the Premier League. They're only 2 points behind us. We are the 2 teams left unbeaten in the league. You have to envisage that one of those teams is going to lose that record come the end of the year. Not the end of the year. Well, certainly come the end of the year, but come the end of today even. Just looking at Manchester United star man, it is Loris Guerrero, who is an Italian forward, who I'm going to be honest, he's pretty good, but he's inconsistent and he can't jump. So he's rubbish, basically. But no, he's very good. He's very good. And to be fair, they've got really good players across their team. Of course, Gudbranson in goal is one of the best goalkeepers in this Football Manager universe. And if we just sort by value, you can see here, Piergiani, another very, very talented player. They have out on the right wing, 67 caps for Italy, aged 26. It's pretty good going, to be fair, isn't it? Also, John Alonso here, they signed for 93 million. Now, his numbers are really good, but without sounding too critical here, he looks really average to me. I mean, am I missing something? 90 plus million. Madness. Could have signed Largo for that. Anyway, shall we get into today's game? I'm done trash talking their team. When the players that I've been trash talking inevitably score against me, well, I only have myself to blame. But let's get into this. We've been in good form as of late. The players didn't play against Ghent in midweek. It's only been a week since that Chelsea game where you were around for last time, but I don't know. The big games, they're coming thick and fast. And I feel like already this season, we've progressed through the year relatively quickly. This is the 4th episode of the season, and we're in December. So we're making good pace at the moment. So I feel like we can afford to come back for a couple of big games. And well, looking at their team, they have still got Mason Greenwood in their team. And he is also their top goal scorer. You can see, looking at the league table here, the goal difference is close. The points are close. It's going to be tough for us, but at home, I expect us to get a win, especially given some of our performances against the likes of Wolves and Chelsea in recent days. It's also worth mentioning, we're on a new match engine today, everyone. They have updated the match engine in Football Manager. There's been an update this week. And as a result of that, I think long throws have been tweaked. So I've not changed anything about my set pieces, but apparently now the long throw attribute actually matters. A player with 2 long throws is no longer going to launch it towards the penalty spot. It will be interesting to see how it looks for us with our long throws, because we do rely on them, and well, we also rely on defensive mistakes like that we should be scoring. That was a golden opportunity for Gonzalez. You would have backed him to score it. I mean, Erk wants to keep the chance alive, but it's going to be dealt with here. And, well, composed defending, I suppose. A lot of faith shown there by the centre-back to head it back to Gudbranson. But a great opportunity really early on in the game that we need to be taking. Goes a begging. You can see here, they are lining up with a 4-2-3-1. I actually think this is a formation that we match up really nicely against. The ball-winning midfielder really tends to shut down the centre attack in mid against teams who play this system against us. You can see 54% of possession. We're dominating the chances as well. We've been by far and away the better team, but half-time is rapidly approaching and nothing is happening. Until now. Corner whipped in by Largo. Piccione can't get there. Ramirez is there though. His 2nd goal of the season. I think his first on camera. Oh, I mean, the decision to play him, not a risk at all. A move of genius, might I add. Largo with the ball in. Was headed away by Ricky to the edge of the box. Lind headed it back into the danger area. Ramirez just lurking at the edge of the box. Completely unmarked. Strokes it away. And in a game where I thought we weren't going to go into half-time with the lead that we deserve, we snatch it late. And we can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. A very, very good first-half performance. We've been dominant. You would not know this Manchester United team is unbeaten to start this year. And of course, we're already close to the halfway point in the year. At what point do I start uttering the words of us having an unbeaten season? At what point can we truly start to believe? Maybe when we've played everyone once, although I feel like this game so far has been more straightforward than I was expecting. Anyway, Navio tried to do a throw-in. It kind of didn't make its way to Lind, but he's worked hard to win it back, to spare Navio his blushes. And, well, Lind's just going on a wander. Back to Ramirez, Largo, Poyana, Erk hits it. It's blocked. Navio, he can hit them from here. Edge of the box, maybe looking for the penalty, which I respect. He plays it to Largo. He hits it once. It's blocked. It falls to Erk. It's offside, I'm certain. VAR's going to have a look at something. I think this is offside for Erk. Largo had 2 bites of the cherry. Still didn't get a mouthful of it. Then Erk, unfortunately, just stood in an offside decision. A mad scramble, though. Largo, great block by the defenders. 2 of them throwing their body at it, and then Erk hits it. And actually, it wasn't Erk who was offside. It was Gonzalez who was offside, who was deemed to be interfering with the goalkeeper. I think those 2 block shots really enhanced our XG there. Anyway, ball attempted to be switched over to Erk. Now falls to Navio. What's he going to do? Inside to Lind, who whips it goalwards. Poyana tries to win it, but can't quite. I feel like with 25 minutes left of the game, I should be making changes, but I'm really happy with how we're playing right now. Some really nice football on display as Sampaio at the near side of the pitch here has it. Plays it to the edge of the box. Lind is there arriving late and he puts his foot through it and finds the back of the net. Lovely, lovely goal by him. He's been scoring a few of those this year, Lind. I feel like that's not something he had in his locker in previous years. I almost feel like in having Largo next to him, it just gives like Lind way more space to operate in. Either way, he smashes it home. We take a 2-goal lead, and you'd have to say we absolutely deserve it. Poyana's been poor today. I'm going to bring in Boyer. Elsewhere, Eric's been a bit quiet. You know what? We'll bring in Van Dijk. We are very fortunate to be in the situation that when our players in the final third just don't really turn up for a game when we're not really playing at our best, you know, I can make 2 subs and bring on 2 top-quality players that pretty much any other team in the league would be envious of, to kind of swing the game in our favour. I feel like sometimes in Football Manager, players have bad days at the office. They're just not going to do it. And obviously we are fortunate to be in a position where when that does happen, heaven forbid, we have really good options. 2-0 though, 15 minutes left. Look at the XG difference. United, 3 very speculative efforts, only 1 of them on target. I mean, do we even need to worry about who's in goal out of Toby and Hamada if we're defending as well as this? Our defensive record, by the way, this year has been top draw. We've looked so good at the back. Oh yeah, bringing it forward now. Skips past his man, tries to score it. Gulbranson more than up to the task. Wasn't expecting us to beat him from there, really, with that kind of effort. I've got one last sub in our back pocket. Who am I going to bring on? You know what? Piotr's had a bit of a quiet day. Let's take him off. Let's bring in Silva. Kill a bit of time. Encourage the players one last time. I was going to say put smiles on their faces, but they're all absolutely miserable about it. But what we shouldn't be miserable about is that performance and that result. That is an absolutely top draw performance. United haven't lost this year. They don't concede many goals. They're so good defensively. You would have to say that was a very straightforward result. Surprisingly so. And it does now see us go outright top of the table by 5 points. We're looking pretty good here. Van Dijk, you've got a bruised shin. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Chelsea, stop chasing Lind. Stop it. He's not available. Also, look at, he's still improving, everyone. At 22 years old, he's still improving. Of course, midfielders tend to enter their prime around, 25, 26 is when they'll start. So there's still a few more years where realistically we can expect a little bit more development from him, which is very exciting. Anyway, let's just have a look at the other Premier League results as they come in here. As I said, the next game that we're going to come back for is the one against Tottenham. Man City won, which is a notable result. It actually looks like Arsenal don't play today, but Wolves did manage to win 1-0, courtesy of a last-minute goal by Gorobtsov. So a little bit of fortune for them there, but it's weird, right? I'm talking about Wolves as a rival. They are currently 11 points behind us after 14 games. There's a real risk that we could run away with the league title here, particularly with how we're playing right now. If we just look at things, we have conceded 3 goals in 14. I feel like I've not really bigged that up enough. I'm going to say it again. We have conceded 3 goals in 14. United had conceded 4 in 13 before we just played them. We're playing really blooming good football, everyone, particularly defensively, which definitely brings a big smile to my face. Anyway, folks, we're going to go forward. We have got Tottenham. It's on the 6th. Well, I was about to say it's on the 6th. No, they're in 6th. What date is it on? It's on the 4th. I mean, it was almost the 6th. Let's go forward to it. Another big game. Let's get another big win and hopefully extend that lead over Manchester United. So game number 2 against Tottenham of today's episode is quite a big one now, actually. I didn't realise that we were playing later than everyone else on the Saturday. So as a result, Manchester United have played and beaten Man City away from home. 2 points behind us. If we slip up here, we look in a pickle, as you may gather by the fact that we still do have a little bit of a lead at the top of the table. However, we did beat Liverpool in that game that I opted not to show you. It was a little bit closer than I expected, to be fair. They gave us more of a game than Manchester United did. In this game, Van Dijk with 2 for us. Yes, the irony of that is not lost on me. His first goal put through the keeper's legs, made him look like an absolute fool. And, well, he scored another goal not too long later. Before half-time, Van Dijk ghosting in from that left-hand side, playing as the inverted winger. He was the standout player on the pitch in this game. Despite a late goal for Liverpool in the 89th minute, they never truly looked like being in this game. And, well, ultimately, We got to win at Anfield. Never an easy place to go, but a place that we, obviously in a season like the one we're having, kind of have to expect ourselves to go into and win. So with that all said and done, we are playing Tottenham today. I did opt to rotate the team just a little bit against Liverpool. The players marked as rested here are the players who started the previous game. For today's game, do I want to go with Antonio? You know what? I'm going back with Ramirez. He was one of the player of the matches in that last game. It was a bit harsh to drop him from the United game. But no, Largo, Piccione, and also Gonzalez, they all played the most recent game against Liverpool, but the rest of the players I rotated around. I feel a bit bad for players like Largo and Gonzalez. When they're having seasons as good as they are, it's not very fair just to drop them from the Premier League squad just for the sake of rotating things. They've got records they want to win. Gonzalez wants to be top goal scorer. Right now, he's only started 12 out of the 15 games, so yeah, I don't want to drop him for too many more. You can also see here, I didn't already mention it, but in case you missed yesterday's episode when I mentioned it, even though we beat Ghent 4-0 since last episode, we were already guaranteed top spot in the group. This is how the group looks right now. Rennes is our final game. It follows on from today's match, but obviously I'm just going to rotate the 11, keep the squad management high. I want us to be competing on as many fronts as possible this year. And, well, so far, we look like a team very capable of doing just that. So let's get into this, shall we? They are looking like they're going to play a very similar shape to Manchester United, which, if that's the case, I'm a very, very happy bunny, because as I've already mentioned, 4-2-3-1, I feel like we gobble up. Yeah, I just feel like it's a system that works really well for us, and it affords actually Largo a load of space to attack into. When teams aren't playing with a defensive midfielder, he just finds these pockets of space with his 20 off the ball that other teams just don't seem to, be able to cover. Anyway, let's see how we get on here. Worth noting, Largo, highest average ratings, most player of the matches. Lind has the most assists. Gonzalez for us with the most goals too. Anyway, a chance to, well, give ourselves that 5-point lead that we had previously once more. A little bit of pressure on us. I prefer, and maybe I'm a bit weird here, I prefer to be the team setting the pace. I would rather play before other teams. I don't really like that feeling of other teams playing and putting pressure on you to get a result. I'd much rather be out in front, playing first, running away with things. I don't know, maybe that's just me. It's a psychological thing. I don't like to chase everyone, the long and short of it. Anyway, hopefully this is going to be a comfortable result. And, well, so far we've got chance after chance after chance. We've got a free kick here, and it's Piotr, back post. With the assist. Piotr, you know what? He might not be able to header accurately, but he can jump this man. And do you need to be able to header accurately when you're that close to the goal? I don't think you do. He puts it into the top corner regardless. A lovely header for Captain Fantastic. And, well, we take a lead in this game that we probably deserve, and I'm hoping now we can just activate cruise control and continue on playing the style of football that we've been playing this year, this really smothering approach. Anyway, ball into the box. Oh, my word. Largo's effort there hit with some serious whip on it. It started to curve. Unfortunately, not quite enough to find its way into the top corner. And, well, we're already quickly approaching half-time. There's not been many highlights here, has there? Although there's another. Long throws have been fixed, as you can see from that. Players without long throws can't just launch it forward anymore. It's bringing a tear to my eye of pain, because I like to use them. Anyway, Gonzalez heads it just over the crossbar. And, well, in fact, it's going to be the last bit of action of the first half. A really good opportunity for us, unfortunately squandered. Going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. Only 1-0. Disgraceful. More please in the second half. Sampaio throws it short this occasion. Bit of time in the wide area. And it's, well, Poyana. Back to goal. 2 men on him, but Sampaio's there. Inside to Largo. His shot's blocked. Falls to Oh, my word. That was a bit of a mad scramble. It was a bit like the goal that was disallowed in the last match for offside. But on this occasion, the linesman's flag remains down, and it's taken us a matter of minutes into this second half to find a second goal here. Worked around nicely. I wondered if Sampaio might shoot. Bit of ping-pong in the area, the ball ricocheting around. In the end, it fell to Erk, who tucks it away. A goal and an assist to his name. Maybe he's going to find his form of last season, everyone. Maybe it's coming now. Anyway, Maynard for Spurs, bringing it forward down this far side. They're going to look to respond immediately, and, well, Toby, the most unnecessary, over-the-top collection of a cross I've ever seen. In some kind of weird way, I kind of respect it. And he's just lumped it forward. Gonzalez is through, and Gonzalez, I mean, I thought he was going to score there, everyone. I'm going to level with you. I thought that was going to nestle in the back of the net. He's put it wide of the post. Perhaps the best opportunity of the game so far as well. That's disappointing to say the least. Anyway, an hour gone. I feel like we're in relative control here. Lind will take off for Smith. I do want to rotate things just a little bit. Make sure we keep fitness high. Elsewhere, a few other players struggling. But you know what? We'll just make the one change for now. I don't feel like we need to disrupt things too drastically here. Largo whipping in the ball. We've already scored from one set piece. It wouldn't be bad to score from another. On this occasion, though, the corner has been dealt with. And, well, we're going to have to try and build from the back once more. Ramirez, Poyana tries to find Gonzalez. Disappointing ball by Poyana that kind of summarises his season out on the right wing. He's been disappointing. Gonzalez hasn't been, but today he has been disappointing. He could have had a hat-trick by now, it feels like. The keeper makes another great save, to be fair. Largo to whipping the ball now. Gonzalez, free header. I mean, at what point do I take Gonzalez off, everyone? I know he's got a good rating, but it just feels like he's missing a load of chances. You know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not that bad of a person. I'm going to take off Largo, though. Give him a bit of a rest. Largo is struggling. We'll bring in Van Dijk to play the Mazzala role in the team. I do really like having Van Dijk on the bench. Just so much versatility in a player to come on and play wherever we need him to. And I am getting a little bit of deja vu here. This has been a similarly commanding performance to the game against Chelsea and Manchester United. When we play teams at home, I feel like we just bully them. And, well, you know what? I am very, very happy with that. I will happily take 2-0 in every game for the rest of the season. Another clean sheet. Our goal difference pulls away a little further from Manchester United's. And, well, as we rapidly approach the halfway point in the season, what felt like a bit of a distant dream, perhaps hoping for the best scenario of retaining the Premier League, I feel like at this point, with how we're playing, I kind of have to just back us to do it. I feel like the expectation has been raised by me on myself here. Like, we are dominating. We are playing so well. Performances have been top draw. Look at the average ratings. Like, every player is contributing massively. Lind, Largo, they are just kicking it off at centre mid. Even to an extent, and Poyana. Just so many goals, so many different providers as well. You know, whilst we are perhaps a little reliant on Gonzalez to actually score the goals, where the goals are coming from is very, very varied, and that is just a really nice situation. I don't think there are many teams that can, you know, even attempt to shut down the creativity we have behind Gonzalez. Just so much talent, and it's young talent as well. I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to say it too loudly here. Unbeaten season has to be the aim. And that Champions League, I'm starting to dream, everyone. I'm starting to get carried away. I love this team. I love the front five. Even Ramirez, you know, he's rapidly improving. He looks like he could be the solution to our defensive midfielder conundrum too. Anyway, I'm getting a bit, not emotional, but a bit carried away, I guess, with how well we're playing. Jack, rein it in. Tomorrow we go again, everyone. In terms of when we will be back next time, I'm not entirely sure yet. I imagine it will be at some point in January. The transfer window will be swinging open. We've got £125 million in the bank, although the transfer budget and wage budget are a little limited. But who knows, maybe we'll be spending big. I suppose you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out. Appreciate the support on the series as always. I hope to see you guys again very soon. And well, until tomorrow, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.